You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 at 10.
Thanks for joining us this Wednesday night. I'm Martha Koloski. Mike has the night off. Crosse Mayor Matt Harter says the city's fire department is spending too much money on overtime. But a News 8 investigation finds the department is actually well under budget. News 8's Lou Hillman has been looking into the numbers and joins us now live with more. Lou?
Well, Martha, the fire department is actually on pace to be more than $1 million under budget by the end of the year. Even so, Mayor Harter has ordered that all overtime requests be approved by him personally. We took a closer look at the numbers and found that overtime is really only a small piece of the puzzle. La Crosse Mayor Matt Harter is squaring off with the city's fire department over spending. He thinks it may be excessive.
This is simply a matter of how much can we afford to spend and how much should we spend. So it is not a question of whether we support firefighters or the fire department.
Harter has singled out the fire department's overtime costs. According to city records, it's budgeted to be $199,000 this year. But already, just into May, year-to-date expenditures are more than $182,000. At that rate, the fire department's on pace to spend more than $500,000 on overtime this year. That would exceed budget by more than $300,000.
Overtime has continued to be expended, and this is a necessary measure to ensure that we stay within our budgeted parameters and spend no more than what is necessary.
You know, my perspective is I look at it as being responsible for the entire city budget. I look at it in a much wider viewpoint.
Fire Chief Greg Cleveland says if you look at the overall picture, the fire department's finances are fine. He says the only reason there are high overtime costs is because the department is operating with 10 vacant positions. Positions Mayor Harter has refused to fill.
Right now, the best solution would be to simply hire the positions that we have available.
News 8 dug into the latest numbers and found the department is actually more than $400,000 under for its current overall budget, only having spent $3,175,000 of its allocated $3,589,000. At that rate, the department's on track to have $8.9 million in expenditures. Its 2011 budget is more than $10 million, which means the fire department is projected to be under budget this year by more than $1.1 million. Although Chief Cleveland says it likely won't be that much.
That's what we ended up happening last year. Although we were at overtime, we were over with the overtime. We had excess funds in the straight time salaries that allowed us to get through the budget year and make everything balanced at the end of the year.
Still, Mayor Harter doesn't like it.
That it is possible that there may be funds from other accounts that may be transferred to overtime accounts, but this is a question of how much funding is necessary and how much should we be spending.
Now, fire officials tell me they feel the overall picture has been lost in all this talk about overtime.
All right, so a lot of people want to know, you've seen the numbers, that's pretty black and white, that argument. But when it really comes down to public safety, are there any problems as far as now that they've been dealing with fewer firefighters on duty at the same time and now with several of their trucks out of commission for the time being?
Well, this directive went out last Friday, and some of the firefighters I spoke with say even just since then, they've had a few instances where they felt spread too thin around the city and were kind of just one call away from really being exposed. Of course, on the other hand, you have Mayor Harter who says he wouldn't make a decision that would jeopardize the public safety.
All right, Lou, thanks a lot for taking a look at that.